Hello, this short video is to explain to you what your final task is all about. Your final task has basically two parts. One part that has to do with planning some little teaching, and another part that has to do with the explanation of that teaching. To contextualize and to design your little teaching or your some teaching, first you have to get familiarized with Fabian's project. Fabian is an arts teacher working at an elementary school in Moreno. Then you have to watch the two videos on Shaun the Sheep, and you have to choose one. Then you have to go to the diseño curricular, choose a year from the diseño curricular, and from that particular year you have to focalize on one language function and the linguistic items used to realize that language function. Then you have to go over or go back to the source on Shaun the Sheep and create a script, a narrative, very short, very brief. I have stated the number of lines on the handout, on the final task. In that narrative, you should also contextualize or include the language function that you might teach. Once you have planned these two activities, because there should be two activities, one focalizing on comprehension and the other one focalizing on the language function. Once you have planned the two activities and the script, you should upload this material onto the activity feed I have already opened. Then you have to tape yourselves, your body in this way, explaining the theory that underlies those activities. You have to organize your audiovisual presentation applying the steps I have developed in the handout. There should be an introduction. Through the introduction, you address your audience. You have to bear in mind that your audience might be teachers of English or students of English interested in teaching, but not knowing much about or knowing nothing about theories of learning and theories of language. In the introduction, you should tell them what is your purpose by teaching or by applying the activities that you have planned. And you also have to tell them why you think that applying those activities might better the teaching of English. Then, in another session of your presentation, you should explain the theories of language that underlie those activities. But when you explain the theory, you shouldn't repeat what the theory says. What you should do is to pick up from the theory the key concepts and then exemplify those concepts through your own activities. You have to do the same with theories of learning. I insist, you shouldn't parrot what the theory claims. You should pick up from the theory the main concepts, and you have to explain how those concepts are applied in your activities. Anyway, we should bear something in mind, that sometimes the theory can be applied in part, not totally. So this is what you should explain in your presentation. And you have to tell why. Why is it that you think that you can apply this theory and how? Or you should explain why is it that it's not possible to apply the theory 100% and say why. You finish your audiovisual presentation with a conclusion. In the conclusion, you should reword your introduction. Remember that in the introduction, we explain, or you should explain, the purpose of your activities, You also you have to go over this, plus the benefits of applying or using those activities. And what you should include in the conclusion is which results you expect from the students in case those activities can be applied. You have to imagine, okay? Well, so we are meeting next week to this, not to, I mean, watch this video, read the instructions for the final task again. But during the meetings, what I would like to do is to share ideas. I mean, you sharing ideas with me and with your mates. When I say sharing ideas, I mean what is it that you have understood from Fabian's project, which text from Shaun the Sheep you might use, and which aspect or which material from the diseño curricular you will use, and how is it that you will contextualize that material from the diseño curricular through Shaun the Sheep. And then we might discuss which theories of learning and which theories of language you might be applying and why. Okay? Well, I hope that you will find this useful, and I also hope to see you all next week during the Google Meets. Bye bye, have a nice time.